Okay, so we're just going to go through some of the parts of the toyish version prototype of the Johnny 5 printable version of a toyish cartoonish version. So let's just go through the parts. Okay, so we got here is the track system. This is not the final version because the appearance might be the final version, but as far as the STL files, yeah, we're working on it. Colors. There's a good demonstration of the colors on what kind of approach we're going for as far as colors, size, scale, appearance, and stuff like that. So let's just get into it, and we'll start with the head. Yeah. So this was designed on the fly. Kind of a take on there as the fly, like the bug eyes. So if you've ever seen the movie Earth the Girls Are Easy, there's a spaceship in that film where a spaceship landed and isn't like a pool. I kind of went for that kind of look, and then when we put the top on it, it kind of looked like a spaceship. Also, if you notice, this is horizontal. The top piece is horizontal. The entire head is sloped back a bit. Just give that appearance of like a spaceship kind of thing. Very sci-fi. 80s is a good example of something I really like as far as sci-fi as well. So Johnny 5 kind of spaceship head was the inspiration for that night. But so let's go over the head. This is all printed in resin, tough resin, Monaco's tough resin. Very quick sort of print. I still have some signs of some supports here. They will all get sanded off in the final model sort of thing when I do it. This is a rough print just to give me the size of the scale, what quality I can print in each sort of part, and what parts I need to deduct and print separately. Like some people will just print this grey part. Like basically the colors indicate different parts you'd have to print like separate parts. This is one piece. Not always the best. A lot of people will break up each individual part and spread it all out so you can print every little part and customize it yourself. A lot of people don't like doing that. Too many parts. Print it one part, paint it, job done. Try to keep it simple. So on this head, again, we've got, this is just a very, very rough sort of base, and this is going to turn out to be a very long video considering it's only the head. But again, parallel, head sloped, the cheeks on both sides, the vents go straight through. You can put some LED lights underneath in different colors, maybe some purples so they illuminate or something like that. Also the head will accommodate lip lights, so we've got the lip light module in here that just goes in there, sits down. Oh, we can get it to go in there. A pair of tweezers work well, so the lip light module sits in there. Lip lights here, we are going to change them to a smiley face. So when they light up, they light up as a smile. I've never ever seen that in a Johnny 5 robot before, and you're going to see it here for the first time. A Johnny 5 action figure, robot, figure, anything, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we're going to see a Johnny 5 speak and smile at the same time. My ultimate goal is to have a Johnny 5 wink. That's my goal. It has been for a couple of years now. I want to see a Johnny 5 wink. I mean, come on. Okay, so back to the model. Let's pull out the light module. It's a tight fit in there. So that's out. Okay, so let's look at the head. Let's just concentrate on what we're supposed to be doing. So here's the head. Here is the brass rings. We wanted some emotion in the model, so we put some realistic eyes. We can have these separate, or we can print these out separately for animation. So he will blink. He can blink both eyes. His eyes can turn left and right. We have some holes there for LEDs. We have the lip lights there. There is holes accommodating for everything. I'm not sure if the camera can pick up, but we have some holes for the eyes. It goes straight down through the neck before it goes out the back. They are hollow, so we've accommodated for everything in that. So that's just the head. Very quick, shitty paint job just to get things rolling on the paint job. Eyebrows, still working on it. So that's the head. The track systems. So these look great. They might require to be a little bit wider. They look a little too much like the other versions, so we'll just widen them up just so it's more cartoonish. This was a bit of a fail because of that there. This is hollow. It's a little too hollow when I printed it because I had some fails here as well. The reason this is hollow is so we can see what we can fit inside it as far as electronics to make this track system work. The track guard, just very basic, very cartoonish. And we'll take the right track system, left track system. That is the one that printed out reasonably good. Same print as the other one, but a little bit better because of the orientation. None of this blew out. This does pop up like this, so we have some holes in there. You can clearly see that it is hollow, and you can see the depth of it, so it's too thin. It's just a couple of millimeters thin all the way through. Very light, just a little too thin. Just gives us an indication of how much space we can fit inside this. So if we make it a little bit wider, we can get a little bit more in. This is the track system covers, a couple of supports still showing here. A good decent weight to it because it's solid. Kind of going for the Flintstones look as far as the cartoonish look. We do have some visible sort of lines here. That'd be nice if it was all smoothed over and just a nice uniformed shape. So that just slips on there like that. So you can clearly see if we line it up. That is that. So the heaviest part is the actual track cover. So that is that. We'll move on to the back wheel. Now the back wheel is enlarged from the original model, but we want to incorporate some sort of track system all the way around, some sort of mini track system or something to indicate that it's more of a wheel than just some sort of what you see now. Just to give it a bit more depth, a little bit more oomph compared to the front, because I mean that looks kind of where's the here we go, sorry. So it look like something like that, just something that looks a little bit more like tracks. So that's the back wheel. A little bit more work. I have to go around the back there and chisel that sort of thing out in CAD, so it slips up a little bit and it rounds around. But yeah, some treads around it, and that should be the back wheel. Maybe a cover that goes over the top just to adds a little bit of depth to it. But okay, so moving to the Caddy. I'm reprinting this right now because I'm not happy with the Caddy. As the other parts I'm pretty happy with, the Caddy I'm not. This is the upgraded Caddy from the first Caddy we printed. So it is hollowed out in multiple places, so wiring can be allowed. I forgot to put a hole there. We do have a hole there straight through, so just I'm missing that one hole there to allow the wires all the way through there to there. We can spread out to anything we want here. We can spread out to the track systems, which are hollow I just mentioned. This is cut out here to allow for the back wheel to rotate. I had a fail here, my fault. This particular shape here wasn't connected to this shape here, so it just broke off a little bit. Surprisingly, it didn't happen on the smaller model, but happened on the larger model, so I fixed that. On now I'm printing this out again right now, a new model on the printer. What I've changed is this section, sorry, here. I've enlarged, so this black part, blue part, this black part, enlarged, moved up, moved these two pieces up. I've enlarged this round circular part with all their details, enlarged that, brought it out a bit. I kept this the same, and I've added a wide chunky plate to the bottom that sticks out here with a slit down the model in this, sorry, the center. A little bit more accurate to the original Johnny 5. And something I can add some blue down here. I needed to balance out all of these colors. But as far as that is the Caddy. So plenty of space for wiring electronics. Just added some detail to it. Now we come to the chest. So here is the upper arm chest. This is the first print I've done in the scale. I've had multiple fails on this, so I've changed the design. Now the one I'm going to be printing is just this chest piece with this torso piece. So the arms, this collarbone section is going to be separate, and then this neck piece here with the top plate, or the neck plate, will be separate with these arms and neck rods. They'll be all separate. The issues I had with this, I like the look of it. This looks great. The issues I had were these arms. This chest piece is completely hollow. I put some drainage holes here, which are now gone. The drainage holes now, because I have taken away this collar point, is there's a drainage hole on top and a drainage hole down the bottom to clean out all of the hollow parts, because this is now completely hollow. I'm going to make this part separate as well, so this can just unattach, so you can actually get inside this chest cavity because it's quite large and there's a lot of space in there. You put a lot of electronics and stuff inside. Straight through, there's a hole right here, so when there's a hole there, it all connects and you can just run your wires through. Right now I'm kind of struggling on this spot right here, how to make it articulated. So we're going to make it go down that way and back and forth or up that way. That's going to be a bit of an issue. So at this point I'm just working on this section here, just upgrading it, enlarging this and this, as I mentioned, adding part here. This part here I'm going to work on probably in the next couple of weeks. This model's not going to come out straight away, so just bear with us. We're working on it. But yeah, we're not too happy with this section here. Again, there's sections here left for the tool arm and laser arm, or the toolbox arm. That might all change the model again, but again, this just needs to be widened out the hip point so we can get some sort of decent fixture in there to fix it down. But back into the top part, we're quite happy with it. We just some fails here because this is a lot solider and heavier than the rest of the chest piece, so it's separated. As far as printing, this is quite good. The neck block is quite heavy. We'll have to hollow that out and do some mechanical parts here for rotation of the head or something like that. It's quite chunky, so we can probably put some motors in there, maybe. Step way down the track. Let's just hollow that out, just make it easy for everybody. So that's the top part. Again, all hollow. We'll take the back plate off. This will be separate. All this neck part here will be all separate. So that is the top part. So we talked about the top part. We talked about the back wheel. We talked about the head. We talked about the tracks. Now we're just talking about the arms, which are coming up to. So what we're going to do is, we had this idea of putting in like a ball joint. So regardless of where you put the hole for the forearm, it's always going to rotate. What we can do is put a slit in the center, so as it rotates, then you can move that forearm in and out. Just a very quick sort of movement. If you saw my earlier videos on the smaller version, we can actually put some ball bearings and some magnets in there and do some sort of magnetic connections, but this is quite a large bore for this 1/6 scale. So yeah, right now it's just that. As far as color wise, I've got to get some darker grays, so if I tilt this forward, that looks darker, so I need some darker paints just to contrast all of these separate little parts, especially this sort of point in here. That'll be all black, but it's looking good so far. It's never been done before. I'm sure there's a lot of people who have thought about it, tried about it, and just wasn't sure about it. Look, we're trying to make this a group project, so if anybody has any thoughts, feelings, anything you want changed, speak up now, because we're doing it now. And hey, let's try and build something together. Nobody has to take credit for anything themselves. Sometimes it takes a team to actually make something work. So let's, the eyebrows. Here's the most important thing, eyebrows. So the eyebrows, these are way too short. I want these to be extended out to about here with some ball bearings on it, so the eyebrows, the flaps are on magnets, so they can actually flip up, over, around. They